A new episode of Cash Seizure in Telangana. Remember, elections in Telangana are to be held on the 30th of November. The election-related seizure in Telangana has touched rupees 669 crore on and after the Model Code of Conduct came into force in the state on the 9th of October. Since the 9th of October, when the schedule for the Telangana Assembly elections was announced, till the 26th of October, the total cumulative seizure by law enforcement agencies is valued at over 347 crore. That is what the EC has said. Now, the state goes to polls on November 30th. We have my colleague Arvind Gunasekar joining us. Arvind, I remember this is the first time the poll body said that it is going to have, apps and of course the election expenditure monitoring system. And it had also brought in a lot of changes to use intelligence sharing solutions, big data solutions to understand how political parties are giving bribes. And now this whole cash seizure that has happened, it does point to all of that, right? So how do you see the seizures which have actually increased sevenfold in the last 5 years?
Yeah, so if you could see the data that has been put out by the Election Commission of India in all the 5 states, that actually of these 5 states, 3 have already gone for polls, and Rajasthan will be going for polls day after tomorrow, and Telangana will be going for polls on December 30th. And if you could see the data that has been put out by the Election Commission of India, the seizure is worth to the tune of somewhere around 1,800 crore. So if you could compare it with the 2018 data in all these 5 states, it is almost 7 times higher than what the Election Commission seized in 2018. So compared to 2018 seizure, this time the seizure is somewhere to the tune of 1,800 crore, which is almost 7 times higher than the 2018 figure. And if you could go by the statewide figure, which we have after the Election Commission put out the data, the total seizure in Telangana is somewhere to the tune of somewhere around 660 crore, of which 225 crore alone in cash. That's in cash alone. Apart from that, gold, silver to the tune of 190 crore, and also liquor to the tune of 86 crore, and freebies including clothes and etc. to the tune of 52 crore. In Rajasthan, which is again somewhere near to Telangana, even Rajasthan, the total seizure is to the tune of 650 crore, of which 93 crore has been accounted in cash, and also 73 crore in gold, silver, and also freebies to the tune of 341 crore. If you could compare all the states, the freebies seizure in Rajasthan tops the list with almost 340 odd crore, and Mizoram is the least state with the seizure data with almost 30 crore in drugs. That's again a very sad state of affair in the state of Mizoram, and also liquor to the tune of 5 crore. But what our sources in the Election Commission is saying is that this time the Election Commission of India has appointed election expenditure observers. IRS officers have been appointed in each and every constituency as expenditure observer. This was not the case in 2018. 2018 Election Commission appointed only police observers and also general observers. General observers from IAS category, IAS cadre, and also police observers from IPS. But this is the first time in all these 5 states the Election Commission has appointed in each and every constituency an IRS officer as an expenditure observer, just to keep a tab on all these freebies and also misuse of money power. Right. And that's why this time what we are seeing is that Mammoth seizure of somewhere to the tune of 1,800 crore.
Right. Arvind, so of the 5 states, Rajasthan and Telangana together account for 3/4 of the seizures. So that's quite interesting, because I remember this unabated distribution of freebies during the recent by-polls, in Telangana, like Munugodu. We all know what happened then. Was one of, it was one of the complaints that opposition parties had raised when the ECI team had visited Hyderabad. So what do you think is happening in Telangana at least?
Vasudha, there has always been this particular notion when it comes to elections, that elections in southern part of India have always been costlier. You see Tamil Nadu, you see Andhra Pradesh, you see Telangana, and also Karnataka to an extent. All these states, the seizures have always been higher compared to other parts of the country. Especially the money seizure when it comes to Tamil Nadu, when it comes to Telangana, when it comes to Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka to that extent. These states, there is an abuse of money power where voters are being bribed by political parties, and that's where we have seen huge seizures, especially in cash, by the Election Commission official. But right. What's surprising this time from Rajasthan is that, Vasudha, if you could see the Rajasthan figure, almost 350 crore has been seized by election officials in Rajasthan, from Rajasthan, in freebies. So that's something new something new that the Election Commission has also reported, and that's why Election Commission has strengthened its vigil when it comes to freebies, because people are being, though in South India, southern part of the country, what we are seeing, voters are being bribed through money. But whereas in Rajasthan, what the Election Commission officials are saying is that voters are being bribed through gifts like saris, utensils, etc. And that's why this time freebies have been seized to the tune of somewhere around 350 crore in Rajasthan.
Right. Uma Sudhir, my colleague, joins us from Hyderabad. Uma, so this unabated distribution of freebies that we and cash that we saw in Munugodu bypoll was also one of the major complaints that opposition parties had raised when the ECI team visited Hyderabad. And now we see this 677 crore seized from Telangana. And Telangana is also, apart from Hyderabad, apart from Rajasthan, the two states which have accounted for 3/4 of the seizures which have happened this election season. So tell us do you see more vigilance? Do you see the EC in a very active mode in Telangana? What is happening?
Okay, from October 9, when the Model Code of Conduct came into place, we have had 669 crore rupees worth of currency, narcotics, alcohol, gold, other valuables, as well as freebies, whether it is cookers, saris, some kind of, luxury items like watches, or even you have pressure cookers, kitchen items, all of that very, very popular. And all that movement has been happening for a long time now is what we understand. But, just seeing the scale of what happened in the 2018 election, and now we would be really shocked, because at that time, the entire election, through the entire period of the model code, we spoke about 130 crore rupees was the maximum that we spoke about. And here we are talking about hitting a 700 crore rupees already, and we still have 5 days left when we expect the maximum numbers to be doing the rounds. To give more perspective, if you talk to any politicians or parties, they'll tell you that the south of the country is far ahead in terms of the amount of money that is being spent as compared to the north of the country. In fact, Mohammad Azharuddin, cricketer, who in fact contested from Moradabad and Tong Sabaipur in Rajasthan, first Uttar Pradesh and then Rajasthan, he said the scales there from there to here are quite mind-boggling. And if you were to give him an average, he said this is at least 10 times more that is being spent here as compared to then, even without considering inflation. But what I must point out is that last 5 days is what we are looking at before elections here in Telangana, and this is when the maximum movement will happen. And people find it much more attractive, not even though digital payment is now very popular, and yet it is the cash that is seen as more attractive and being able to psychologically influence the voter. And therefore, we are expecting that with the kind of machinery that's been put in place, that's what in fact the CEO says is the reason why we are having big seizures, because we are having better vigilance. Of course, there is more money that is also being spent. Back to you.